TomoNews presents Dress Code Violations.
Kentucky girl sent home for exposing her clavicles at school. A Kentucky high school's strict dress code has made headlines for the second time in a year.
Late July, early August.
After this girl, Stephanie Hughes, was sent home for exposing her female anatomy, specifically her collarbone. No sooner had the school year started than Stephanie Hughes was sent home on the second day of class. Her shirt violated Woodford High School's Victorian dress code, which requires students to wear crew necks at all times. Stephanie wasn't alone either. 6 girls got stitched up in the principal's office for showing too much bone. Girls think the school is hiding their bodies. Out of fear, a stray clavicle might give the boys an excuse to cut loose. Stephanie's mom, Stacy Dunn, tried to keep Steph in school and brought a scarf to cover up the teen's shame zone. But that was still too revealing for Principal Akers, and when Stephanie protested, she got sent home for her Kentucky Blue sass. Stacy Dunn was determined to liberate her daughter's collars and set about perfecting a new dress code for the school. She proposed skirts be allowed 2 inches above the knee and shirts are okay if they don't show cleavage, a compromise everyone can get excited about. Now the proposal is before the school board, and if they don't want Woodford High to be the subject of any more satirical animations, we suggest they bring the dress code at least into the 20th century. Texas high school sends girl home for wearing leggings. A Texas high school senior was sent home on April 3rd for wearing an outfit that violated her school's dress code. And here it is. Oh my God. Well, that little hussy was just asking for it. 18-year-old Macy Edgerly thought her shirt and leggings combo met the dress code of Orangefield School District. But she was sent home because not 100% of the shirt's edge was below fingertip length. Shame. Her older sister, Erica, who graduated from the same school, wrote an open Facebook post defending her sister's right to dress comfortably without needing to worry about whether teenage boys will control themselves in her presence. The school is worried some boys will act crazy upon seeing the outline of a girl, so their policy is to send the girl home. Erica suggests onus be put back on the boys not to rape or sexualize women. The school district refused to comment on the incident except to say they are committed to maintaining a learning environment free from distractions. Okay, then why not start by blindfolding boys who can't handle seeing girls in leggings? Or else apply the same standards to boys and their scandalously tight sportwear. Growl. High school girls organized protest against unreasonable dress code. This week, a group of high school girls from McHenry East and West High Schools in McHenry, Illinois, are protesting via social media about yet another clothing restriction issue, this time about girls' sultry shoulders. Haley Everhart, one of the sophomores who started the protest, told NBC that if she wore a sundress, the administration would ask her to put on a jacket or leave class. Baring one's shoulders is prohibited. Boys and girls who arrive at school dressed to make it through the hot weather are immediately shuffled off to detention and forced to cover up. Everhart and her supporters created a Facebook group to fight the problem. Their story even reached 17 Magazine and NBC Chicago. The group bashes the restrictive dress code, which exists to avoid distracting boys from their studies. Instead, schools should be teaching boys not to sexualize girls. The group also told NBC that not being able to show our shoulders and being called distractions is directly influencing rape culture and sexualizing our bodies without our consent. The group claimed they are not encouraging girls to bear it all. They simply want the dress code to be reasonable and to eliminate shaming when it comes to clothing choices. A peaceful protest was arranged to take place today, but was canceled due to technicalities. An Instagram page, Show Your Shoulders, was created to further the group's efforts. Girls as well as boys are invited to share pictures of clothes that got them into trouble.
Yet another teen gets suspended for wearing inappropriate dress. Another teenage girl has been suspended for wearing an inappropriate dress at school. Yvette Rie, a high school student at Westside High School in Dayton, Idaho, got in trouble because of a mint green dress that's just a few inches above the knees. During class, teacher LeGrand Levitt told Yvette that she had to go home to change. She refused because she thought there was nothing wrong with her dress. Levitt allegedly threatened to call the principal and said Yvette's graduation would be in jeopardy if she didn't change to another dress. Yvette promptly called her mother, who drove to school with another set of clothes. Upon arriving, the mother and daughter found out that Yvette had already been suspended. Yvette complained on Instagram, and the story went viral. Yvette told reporters that she understood she broke the rules, but she and her mother felt the school acted in a tyrannical way. According to the school handbook, temporary clothes may be offered to offending students, an option the school ignored. Despite Levitt's alleged threats, Yvette graduated anyway and even wore the dress again on her last day of school as a congratulatory gesture to herself. Well, Yvette, you earned it, girlfriend. But in the future, let's have just a little more respect for the rules, shall we?
Teen kicked out of homeschool prom because horny dads won't stop staring. Meet Claire, the 17-year-old American beauty who was kicked out of the Richmond homeschool prom. When she first arrived, an organizer of the dance told her, "Honey, that dress is too short." Claire had to prove to the organizer that it was of the required fingertip length before she was allowed to enter the ballroom. Claire said that she was swaying with the music and talking with her friends. She made mention that she and her friends were a bit grossed out by the group of dads ogling the dance floor from the balcony. The organizer told her that the fathers thought Claire was dancing too provocative and may cause young men at the dance to have impure thoughts. Was it genuine concern for the young men, or were the dads having a few impure thoughts of their own? Or could it have been something else? Some speculate that Claire was booted for her lack of color coordination. Her dress was sparkly and her date was black. Whatever the reason, Claire was forced to leave and her friends accompanied her. The dance took place at the Shady Grove United Methodist Church. Do you think they were being prudes? I'm not responsible for the perverted 45-year-old dad lusting after me because I have a sparkly dress on and a big ass for a teenager, Claire wrote on her sister's blog. And if you think that I am, then maybe you're part of the problem.
That's what I love about these high school girls, man. I get older, they stay the same age. Yes, they...
Gender equality demand. Junior high school girls wear shorts. Protests over student uniforms at Taichung's all-girls junior high in Taiwan have continued this week as over 70 students wore shorts to school in defiance of the school regulations, and school officials have been getting their panties all in a twist over it. The school uniform does provide shorts as part of the uniform. However, students are not allowed to be seen arriving or departing from the school wearing the shorts. In other words, students must arrive wearing skirts and then change into shorts once they are on school grounds. Students have been protesting the regulation on the grounds of gender discrimination, as male teachers and staff members are allowed to wear pants or shorts as long as they follow the school's dress code. The explanation offered by the school is that girls should not be seen wearing shorts to school because the shorts will outline a female student's butt. Seriously, haven't we moved on from women not being allowed to wear pants or shorts? It's also so hypocritical since the shorts worn by the students in protest are actually already part of the school uniform. Someone needs to tell these authorities to straighten out their priorities.
Florida teen stripped of honors for wearing sundress. A 17-year-old Florida high school student was stripped of her honors after she wore a sundress while delivering her victory speech. Fort Myers High School junior Cameron Boland was voted in as historian of her school's chapter of the National Honor Society. She wore a dress with spaghetti straps to give her speech at Ida Baker High School, which is against the school's dress code, and that applied to her even though she doesn't go to the school. Cameron's bare shoulders apparently offended students at the school, who complained to NHS advisors about her outfit. The school then disqualified Cameron from her post. Cameron's mother said her daughter's outfit was not an act of defiance, but was an effort to look presentable. She plans to appeal her daughter's case at the school board meeting. This marks the latest in a string of incidents that have seen students punished for violating school dress codes. An 18-year-old Texas high school student was sent home to change last month when she wore leggings to class, while Idaho high school senior student Yvette Rie was sent home to change after wearing this dress. So do you think Cameron's dress is too risque and that she should have been stripped of her honors?
Teens jailed for 48 hours over wearing saggy pants to school. A couple of Boulevard, Tennessee high school students spent 2 days in jail last weekend after wearing pants several sizes too big for their hips to school. This particular sentence arose from an incident in early November when 4 students at Bolivar Central High School were charged for indecent exposure. Apparently, school officials have reprimanded these students several times already for the exact same offense. But it's still unclear how a mere school violation made by 4 students somehow resulted in 2 of them spending 48 hours in Hardeman County Jail. According to this handbook, the students were in violation of the school's dress code policy, which forbids low-slung, baggy-seat, baggy-legged pants, as well as bell-bottom. Local Tennessee news station WREG reports that most people they talk to in the community believe there are probably better ways to teach these boys a lesson about wearing clothes that fit. Student kicked out of college gym for baring her midriff. Welcome to the George Street Fitness Center at the College of Charleston, which, going by their dress policy, is located somewhere near the Spanish Inquisition. Apparently, if you're caught wearing anything that exposes skin, you'll be promptly asked to leave the premises. That's something student Sarah Villafane found out the hard way. In a viral Facebook post, Villafane claims she was asked to leave the gym for wearing this perfectly functional workout top. In their defense, the college says people are required to exercise in a full shirt and athletic attire to protect from infectious skin diseases. Villafane said on Facebook that the gym later told her she'd been asked to leave because of sanitary concerns. But Villafane reckons there's a double standard at the school gym. She says other women have been spotted wearing similar gear, and dudes have even been seen in midriff-exposing muscle tees and exercising in jeans.
Canadian teen suspended for sexually distracting dress. A New Brunswick high school student was given a one-day suspension from school because the vice principal thought her maxi dress was too inappropriate. Lauren Wiggins put on a halter maxi dress and got ready for school on Monday. But when she got to Harrison Trimble High School, the 17-year-old was told to cover her upper back and arms. She refused. So, Vice Principal Shane Strugan, who thought her floor-length dress was too much of a sexual distraction for her male classmates, sent her to detention. Furious, the 12th grader penned an accusatory 3-page letter, calling the school's dress code policy a symptom of, quote, rape culture. Next, Lauren uploaded her letter to the vice principal along with a picture of her outfit to Facebook, where the items both quickly received 1,000 shares. When a teacher later saw her post, the school slapped Lauren with a full-day suspension. Her parents are outraged and think their daughter's dress was nowhere near provocative. They believe the school is discriminating against women. The dress code policy does not mention anything about maxi dresses not being allowed. Did the school go too far? Let us know in the comments below.